Hi everybody, so my client's back and today we are going to do a complete rebalance because her nails are growing down again. Yeah, that really does not look very nice, so we want them straight again. So I'm just gonna start by taking off those big stones. She only lost one, so most of the time she doesn't lose any of the stones, but it can happen. And as you can see by looking at her thumb right now, they are growing down. And, I just don't like that look, and she doesn't like that look either. So we're just going to do a complete rebalance. So first I'm just going to start off by taking off the top coat layer, and I don't need to take off much more product because we are going to build it up from the top. And some of the nails I had to build up like a lot with a lot of product. Should I have taken off the entire nail? I don't know. Um, yeah, sometimes I just like this way better. No fuss with the nail forms and everything, and I could just build it on top. But there are downsides as to guessing how much product you need, and I'm going to be making a baby boom, so that's like guessing how far do I build up the white product and when is it time to add the nude product. Will it be high enough or is it still going to be too low? But you'll find out those things with experience, of course. But yeah, it's tricky sometimes. But yeah, so she doesn't have any lifting, so I don't need to take care of that. Yeah, minimal product removal because I need as much product as I can because I need to build up the product on top to make them coming out straight again. So now it's time to take off the cuticle tissue, and I'm using my e-file today. Usually I do it by hand on her nails, but I am in a little bit of a hurry today, so I decided to use my e-file because doing it by hand just takes a little bit longer. Next, I'm going to scrub the nails, making sure I get rid of all the oil and dirt that might be on the nails. Yeah, if you don't do that correctly, you are bound to get lifting, so just be really thorough with that. And next, I am going to go in with my rubber base clear. I'm just going to apply it on top of the entire nail. Um, Yeah, basically it's just, really good adhesion. Sometimes people ask me what is a rubber base? Well, it's a base coat, but it adheres a lot better and it's thicker and you can use it to build um, short nails with. And yeah, so it's just a great product for me to use. So now I'm gonna go in with my Builder Gel Mega White and I'm just gonna get it up halfway, and I'm going to create a fading, and it doesn't need to be perfect because the cover that I'm going to use is pretty opaque, so you won't be able to see the transition if I do everything right, that is. Yeah, so I'm just like fading it out very lightly, and with this nail, I wasn't really paying a lot of attention. She was, talking about her life and things that happened, and I was just listening and not really thinking about what I was doing. So you will see me fussing about a lot, at least more than I needed to. But that's fine. Eventually, I get there. So this nail went a lot better because, yeah, it woke me up, struggling like that and making sure that I got a nice enough fade. So yeah, I was paying more attention to this one. But like I said, this doesn't need to be perfect because the cover that I'm going to use is pretty opaque. And this is going to be a pretty thick layer because her thumbs are growing downward a lot. So this is just the first layer, and I'm gonna definitely add a second layer. Just don't remember if I filmed that part. If I didn't, I don't know, but it's fine. But as you can see right now, that is the part that I'm gonna have to take off. So it's quite, some product that needs to go, starting from underneath the nails, and you can see her index finger right there, how thick it is. But yeah, it just needs the bulk to make sure that it's gonna come out straight. So this is my acrylic gel glitter, and it's a mix that I've created. CareforNailz has 3 glitter mixes, and I mixed all 3 of them, I believe. Yeah, because one is pretty pink, the other one is a little bit orangey, and the other one is a nudish, but I wanted something in between, like more like a nail bed nudish color. And yeah, this is what came out, and I love this color. I haven't used this one in a while though, but it's still very pretty. But I've used too much. I'm just gonna scoop off a little bit. Otherwise, I can never get a nice fade with that much product on top of the nail. It's just a little bit too enthusiastic. But yeah, once I get rid of that, I'm just going to go ahead and um, get the product on as even as I can get it. So that's what I'm doing right now, correcting my errors. Yeah. And now I'm just gently pulling it to the edge of the nail and creating a nice fade. And I'm not going to add a lot of product toward the edge because I'm going to fill it up later with clear to protect the fading that I've created. And right now it's just, pray to God that I've built the product just right, not too high, not too low, but just right, that it will come out straight and have a very nice blend. And since I can't correct anything later on, I am spending a fair amount of time in making that blend. And I'm sorry that I'm out of frame. Sometimes I just really have to focus, and then I'm not at all focusing on where I'm at in front of the camera. So now I'm going to go in with my acrylic gel clear to fill up the part where I've created the ombre or the fading or whatever you like to call it. Yeah, that way it's protected when I'm going to file the nails in shape. And yeah, it's still very exciting to see if I've made the right decision, if I made the nails high enough and everything, that I'm not going to be filing it all away. That would be such a shame. But yeah, what's life without a little bit of risk, right? So now it's time to finally do some shaping. I'm gonna start with my hand file first. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a basic shaping first. And then my client came with the idea to use a drill bit that I've got. It's that, the big flat round one. I don't know what to call it, whatever. Yeah, so we decided to give it a go. And it did save us a lot of time. It did save me a lot of filing with my hand file, because these nails are thick, like really thick, because I want them to be straight again. Yeah, so I decided to give that a go. Like, why not, right? But yeah, this part is just really, it's really hard on my arms and everything, because you really have to apply a lot of pressure filing, and you really have to hold on to the nail and to the finger, otherwise you're going to hurt your client. And yeah, that wasn't really fun to do. So this is her middle finger, and I'm going to show you how I worked with the drill bit in a minute. I do need to do some basic shaping first to see where I'm going and whatever. But later I will turn the hand upside down. I will get my e-file and just, file that away. And it saved me a ton of time, let me tell you. But you do have to be careful, because, if you come too close to the skin, it could really burn. So just be careful. So just turn it upside down like that, support the nail. And then I'm going to start with applying pressure on the very tip of the nail, because I don't want to create like indentations with the e-file that I can't get rid of later on using my hand file. So I just have to be careful that it's really smooth. I don't want to mess that up. It still needs to come out straight. So the last part I'm just doing with the hand file, getting those lower arches straight out of the side walls, just like that. Yeah, so that was really some smart thinking on my client's part. At first, I was a little bit scared to do, because I was scared, like I would burn her or touch her skin or whatever. She's like, "No, you got this. Just do it. It's fine. It's me. Just do it. You got this." I was like, "Okay." Yeah, she was right. It worked like a charm. And once that's done, it's time to take out my normal drill bit and get rid of that bulk. But there's not a lot of bulk left anymore, because I've taken away so much underneath that most of it is already gone. There's not much left, thank God. So yeah, and it was an exciting moment to see if I did a good job, creating the right height and enough products and whatever. And if I were to file it all away with doing this step, but I did pretty good, I think. So this is always, basically my last step, just doing some last finishes with my hand file, making sure that everything is really on point and nice and crisp. And then I'm going to go in with my buffer, but only because I'm going to apply top coat straight on top of this. If I were to apply like a gel polish or anything, I wouldn't buff the nail because, the scratches will make sure that your gel polish is going to adhere better to the nail. So a little bit of a white there on the side, but I think I got most of it gone like that. Just a little touch up again. Make sure that it's straight because I've taken away a little bit on the one side, so now I'm going to take away a little bit on the other side, otherwise it would be crooked. Yeah, so just a little bit more filing. Yeah, I'm tedious like that. I really want it all to look good, and the client's paying a lot of money, so yeah. So got that all done. Right now I'm going to go in with my paintgel white, and I'm just going to create, two very simple and basic lines, just like that. Um, I was thinking about leaving it completely baby boom, but then I was like, no, that is just a little bit too basic for this girl. She needs just a little something. And this was just it. And of course, she needs a little bit of bling, but you're going to see that later on. And this is my Top Gel No Cleanse, my all-time favorite top coat. And next we are going to apply some lovely charms, like these little cherries. And I've been wanting to use them for ages. I've tried using them on my own nails, but wasn't feeling it. So now it's finally time to apply them. And I'm just going to apply two, just very very lovely. She's going to a wedding and she doesn't want too much, but she does want them to look very nice. Yeah, so just like that, press it on there. I've applied a little bit of rubber base, flash cure. Love this little light, by the way. And once that's done, I can apply the second cherry and then do a full cure. But I guess I didn't do that. Sometimes I can't remember what I did, but it's fine. So now I'm gonna use my nail art glue and I'm just gonna fill up those spaces, making sure that the cherries will stay on, and I'm gonna fill them up underneath and around it and everywhere because I really don't want her to lose these lovely cherries. Yeah, then they should be really tightly secured. And once that's done, I can go around it with my Top Gel No Cleanse again and make sure that the entire nail is nice and shiny. And it provides some extra strength to the cherries again. Yeah. And here are her nails, a little bit off center, but that's because I had to adjust the video because I kept going out of frame. Very sorry about that. But they are lovely, aren't they? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've liked this video, and I wish you all a very good day. Goodbye.